biggity bonus time because I'm excited to do this one. That's why. Hi, Laser Time patrons. Hi, Dave. Hi, Brett.
Hi.
I'm Chris. We don't have to do that. Everybody here knows us. Yeah. I like having this inside show where we not only don't have to plug things, hopefully we can talk about things that we've done. Yeah. And we don't have to give you...
I always consider this the glory hole of Laser Time Podcast.
Why is that?
No, you're not supposed to know anyone's name. Or just put your ear into the hole and then listen.
You're really quiet right now.
Sorry.
And Brett, let me hear you. Because we're about to get cracking on Ernest Goes to Jail? Jail. I am so excited about that.
Can't be dead jail.
I have not seen this movie in maybe 10 years, but this is following a once-a-day screening throughout like middle school and some of high school.
Yeah,
I think I'm ready.
Yeah,
I think I'm ready because I heard
one punch.
I watched a YouTube clip and I'm like, oh, I have everything memorized that's been said. It's all buried in my brain somewhere.
Yeah, it's it's like normally I wouldn't even want to watch any of them because, like I mentioned on the Laser Time, my fandom really is the commercials, the family album, the spectacle of what it is they accomplished.
And this is going to be a fun episode, I swear, by the way. I have a ton of stuff I wanted to bring up, but we didn't because of the 9/11 episode. Yeah. For once, let 9/11 take precedent. Keep going, Brett, I'm sorry.
That's pretty much
teasing stuff at the top. Because I found something, I started researching Ernest 2 that you didn't mention for me. And I'm trying to say that in a courteous way. I found out where Bobby and the other guy were from.
They're from the show, right?
They're from John Cherry's stable of commercial people.
Oh, are they?
They both, yes, they both.
Own?
Yes,
wow.
That's why they're in every Ernest movie because they're owned by the exact same company. Because they would. Hey Bobby, have you seen this brand new thing? And like an old guy would react. Apparently, he's like a retired librarian who started acting in his 80s. Yeah,
he looks like it.
And he would never talk in the commercials too.
I think he did talk in the. Dude, they made a revival movie. I started reading all about these guys for some reason. Like the big guy is kind of a illustrator. He's been illustrating things for years. He's illustrated album covers. It's very weird because he has his own website that hasn't been updated for like 12 years.
They're like the lone gunmen of the Ernest universe. Yeah, they do other stuff, but they also star in it.
I'm sure I read that in the book, John Cherry's book, but I just thought
that was crazy. They were like the sub Ernest, but the most popular commercial characters before Ernest.
And I feel like I should have read up on John Cherry's like chapter about Ernest Goes to Jail because I read the book, but I read it like a year ago, and then I just brushed up on certain details I was fuzzy on for the episode. Whereas this is like, I'm sure he spent some time talking about jail specifically, and I might have had some anecdotes.
Did you think that was going to be the one that would hold up the best or have the best legacy?
Well, it's like, and I probably have already mentioned it on the Bandcamp thing, or the live, if you watched it with us live. But like, I don't know, of all the ones I've watched again, Jail for some reason is the only one I've watched more than a few times, and then I watched it again for the first time in over 15 years, probably like 2 years ago. We got super snowed in at Christmas, and I was like, you know what? Fine, I have these on DVD, like from a gigantic set that I bought that was $1, so I might as well watch it. And I was like, yeah, this is fine, but like camp, I was never all that into, and Christmas is like whatever, it's fine.
Camp for some reason at the time was a little too kiddie for me, even in like 1987, and Christmas didn't hit me that well because I already loved Ernest. I loved like his TV program, but I don't know. Jail was just the sweet spot, and if I have to think about it, it's probably the multiple roles thing in a pre Eddie Murphy doing that in every movie world.
He gets to play multiple roles
and get superpowers.
He gets superpowers, and it's also like the stakes are so low. He's like the villain is going to rob.
I want to be a bank manager when I grow up.
Yeah, he's going to rob a bank. And it's like, so what? Let him. Like, what else could possibly happen in this world that exists that you've made in this movie?
Somebody's recommendation I listened to. How did this get made about it? Because I feel like they're like just, I don't know. I think that show's unstructured and too harsh on things because this isn't that bad a movie. It's just a comedy movie made on a low budget. And
that's why it's also just it's like these are two easy targets that it's like I don't.
Yeah, Ernest isn't popular anymore, and he's not around to defend himself. Fuck you, Paul Scheer. Like I really like you, Paul Scheer, by the way.
Yeah, some episodes of the show are great, but some of them are like you spent 20 minutes discussing a thing that most people who watch this movie know right away. I think it was like Sleepaway Camp where they're like, is that the uncle or the sister? It's like,
write it down.
Yeah.
maybe edit the show. Yeah, I don't know. Don't hate the show, but it's just like, have you heard the show before? I'm like, we do the same thing, but like to a better degree. You just don't know our names, and we don't have Adult Swim shows. I was like, what I really want to tell you guys about last weekend. Unless, are we done with the Ernest talk?
We should be.
So I'm so excited.
Forever.
I'm so excited to show you guys some things.
Because we got to hurry through this so we can watch
We
it.
do. What happened last weekend was I almost died. Well, sort of. Yes, actually, yeah. I think in every respect. How do I?
This is after you coughed up blood on your pillow?
Yeah.
Shit, that happened too. Jesus Christ, this fucking body is awful. But it turned into something positive since then, because this is not last weekend, the weekend before. We were going to talk about it instead of 9/11, but 9/11 wouldn't move back a week. It's unbelievable. R.I.P. 9/11.
Anniversary, no less.
But what happened was somebody asked Christopher, because remember I sent you guys a frantic email at like 3 in the morning, like, guys, I have an emergency camping trip.
Yeah.
Not to speak for the lady, but she came back after like one of those city days of like. She has a 2-hour commute every day. She has a really stressful job. I don't. I try and buy groceries and get dinner ready when I can. Still don't. Most days we're recording.
Most days I'll have like a nice podcast ready for her.
Oh God, a nice podcast getting ready for her as she walks into her house. 3 stinky men who have messed up the entire house with no groceries. But it was hard day at work, coupled with like somebody came in the BART station and just dropped their pants and let diarrhea all over the platform, and it's just like, I hate the city, I hate it here. And then we occasionally get messages from let's say friends who haven't done Laser Time before. Maybe we could. Yeah. I don't want to break it down to just Heidi's friends, because they're my friends too. But they haven't done our podcast before. But they're going camping. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. So like less than 24 hours notice, I was going camping. I'm like, the Kingdom Hearts video hasn't uploaded yet. Somebody help me.
It probably could have waited a week.
Not to defend this person, but like, if you have diarrhea outside, that's not a thing you go in the corner to do, because you
What
don't.
do you mean?
I mean, if I was outside and I had diarrhea,
Was it you, Dave?
I would just literally spray it everywhere, because like, what's your other choice?
Why? So you could fertilize some plants, but
No, because there's so much. You have such a terrible opportunity for splashback, unless you're doing it into a bowl where you know that you'll be safe. Like, there's no other recourse than to just find an open area. Hopefully, nobody's around.
Yes.
It's like containing a nuclear explosion.
How closely do you squat to the ground then, Dave? Are you talking?
Don't squat.
Are you going to fire it over the rail if you're at a BART station?
I'm not going to squat because then it'll get on my shoes.
Are your shoes nice?
I'm literally
Nobody wants poop on their shoes.
I'm downward dogging it onto some wall. I'm sorry. There's no other. I can't logistically look. That'll be the question of the week. How would you diarrhea in public? Like, because there's really, I can only think of just like.
I think God, it's never happened to me.
I've heard a really good story that Carolyn told me once of some other people who like had a
please
this
secondhand information.
This girl like the whole way back from like in a car ride home is just like, I gotta go. I'm gonna we ate something bad. I'm gonna die, and just you get in the garage and it's like not gonna make it. I forget who these people even were, but and then it's
the
like
Avengers.
No, but then it's like she just leans against the wall. Like puts her back against the wall, like in her squatting position, and just lets it all go. And it's like
the drop trow or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how far was she from a bathroom?
But like close, but it's still like, dude, there's just a point of no return sometimes with that where you're just like, I mean, I've never done it in my pants, but it's like I know that feeling when you're running and you're like, that was a photo finish, man.
Yeah.
Like you could have had the 1,000 frames a second camera to watch how close that came.
It wins by a corn.
But like the idea of like just brace yourself against the wall as if you were sitting.
I guess I should be thankful that hasn't happened to me. At least I have.
But then I've got
good bowel control.
Then I've got to develop. I've got to depend on my core strength. Like if I suddenly slip, then why did I even bother?
I think you got to take that chance.
Slip and fall in your own shit. Yeah. That did happen to my friend. Did I mention that part of the story? We were building a clubhouse. I recommended Kings of Summer, which somebody got back to me on. Like, that movie was great. Thanks for the recommend. I don't recommend bad shit, people. I'll bring up a ton of esoteric stuff, but I won't say you should check that out. You should close out your summer by watching Kings of Summer. It's one of the best summer movies, best kids movies I've seen. You guys who I'm talking to, it's on Plex. It's fantastic. Okay. It's fantastic. But we were building a fort out in the woods, and of course we ate every day. like a ritual, only McDonald's, and he had to shit, and we're like way out in the woods building a fort where no one can find us. So he had like Doc Martens on and like slipped and fell in his own shit that he was trying to wipe his ass with like a fucking Shaquille O'Neal McDonald's bag, just trying to put a dime stamp on it. He was still playing basketball.
So you were camping.
We were camping. We went
Really
to big,
roughing it.
like what I used to call my car, Big Basin. We went to big. That's not funny to anybody else but me. Quadding out with the booty liquefier in Florida. We did talk about that. No one. That's definitely a regional thing, that you'd go to the mall or like the county fair and someone would be like, ultimate booty melting bass beat, and like there was that whole aftermarket speaker. Basically bouncing cars and like giant loud bass. There were people who would like remix songs to take advantage of your bass equipment, and they'd always be like booty this, or bass bounce, or booty bass bounce. Is that just a Florida thing? You didn't have that in your hometown?
No, not really.
Does not ring any bells.
Have any black people in your hometown? That would help.
Yeah,
No?
You know where I'm from.
I do. But yes, it was. Where the fuck was I even going with that? Big Basin.
You
I
were
was in
camping.
Big Basin. We went camping, and it wasn't the camp. It was more the hike. We went on a hike in Big Basin, and it's just like I know I'm out of shape. I've told many stories here about how I'm out of shape, but I didn't realize to what degree I was out of shape until this hike. And like we have this 7-mile hike. I'm like, yeah, fine. I took a hike a couple months ago. It hurts. It was tough. I took a hike somewhere. I totally forget where. Yeah, I'll give that a shot. We got lost. We got lost, and so like we took a wrong turn. Lost is probably a wrong word. We could see people, but it's like when you're lost in the California woods like that, it's like I have no cell reception. We are done. We are done. I am out of water. We have no cell reception. And they're fine. Like my girlfriend, fine.
And it's been 45 minutes, right? And
No, it was actually. I think
just dying
the
on
hike
your
ended
feet?
up being 13 miles, which was supposed to be 7.
Yeah.
But like, I think if it was a treadmill, I would have been like, that's way too much, and then I had to go again for 3 hours. And it wasn't just that the walking nature of it. It's like the massive inclines, declines, and like it never ended in the uneven footing. And it wasn't just that. Oh, this hurts. I'm really fatigued, but I can't do anything. There's not even a place to sit down. Like I have to keep going, and then like I'm trying to take steps. Oops, this is a minor incline. I'm lifting my leg, and it is shaking, and my ankle is caving out from underneath me. Like I might not get out of these woods alive. It was like, it was really, really scary because like, yeah, I can see the tree lines. There is no end in sight. The more we say, I think we're almost there. We are not. I can, like, you would see, you would notice there'd be a road because you'd see a clearing in the trees, which we don't. And it just hill over hill over hill. So there were just like 3 hours where like, I don't know if something crazy is going to have to happen with me. Like my girlfriend can't carry me out of here. Nobody can carry me out of here. But what it did, it hurt so much. And like I had to move like a mile an hour. I felt really bad by how because there were like young people coming into the trail, and I'm like just 3 Mickey Mouse sweat faces on the front of my shirt, and like I have to like use my arms with like every step. I look like a newborn Bigfoot.
So you're doing a great Ric Flair impression.
Yeah. Yes, with no rhythm, with zero rhythm to it. I look like Ric Flair emerging from the woods. It hurt. It's probably one of the. For everybody else it was easy, but for me it was like physically the toughest thing I've had to do because I'm fucking old. So just the bright side of the story is that I decided, like, instead of being airlifted out of the woods again, I'll just, before I heal, I'll just start taking big bike rides and taking more walks and keep that momentum going. I took the Wiggle twice this week. The second time, like, I didn't break a sweat or have to change gears. Like, it worked. It worked. I don't know. Like, if you don't know, I work out of the house, and if we're really busy / I wake up late, I don't move. I stay here. I'm atrophying as we speak, and I don't know. I don't know. But now I'm inspired. Like I can't let that happen again. I look so bad, and that it was all I could do not to put my hands on like two people's arms and be like walked out of the woods. It hurt so much.
It's a random child's shoulder, like carry me.
Is everyone else like completely normal and like, or is everyone else like pretty going through it?
No, they're
like,
fine.
Oh.
Well, if they weren't fine, they weren't showing it because they were, you know, the other couple was like, yeah, they were way ahead of us, and I think Heidi was a little tired, so she slowed down with me. But like, yeah, totally out of water. Cell phones are dead. Not that there's any reception. What do you do? And what do you do if you can't physically move? And like, I've just never been in that position before. I've always been tired. I've always reached that point of like, I am done with this physical activity, and I can either sit down, wait for a Uber. I don't know. It's never happened to me before, and it was really scary. And I'm maintaining I will not let that happen again. It's not an issue of eating right. It's just like I got to get more cardio or walk around because the vision of me walking around in the woods like that, like that's what an old man looks like when it's like. I just went like, I'm tired of walking the dogs. I'm not sure if I'll make it home. I'm 36 years old. I'm not that old. Shouldn't be the way.
I did. I've been going to the chiropractor lately. We talked about that on a recent bonus time, but it was today. I went and I was in the elevator with two men in their 70s or so, and I let them in.
Hey, nice back, son.
Well, the thing is, when we got up to the same floor, they're like, after you. And they're like, we're all going to the same place, and I'm like, well, I guess it's
honey,
really...
today I let a homeless podcast in the elevator in front of me.
There's a couple things on that floor. Like, I could have worked at one of the tech companies on that floor, but I guess not. But it just like it was so sad that it's like,
no, the beard.
You're the two old people with bad backs. I'm just this will be fine, right? Right?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm here on the back strengthening floor. It's really strong back.
I mean, if my back's like this at 35, it'll be great in another 35 years, right?
Oh boy. Oof.
But yeah, that was humbling, and hopefully I'm almost done with that. So
I had another similarly shocking moment. We went to a rummage sale over in Inner Sunset, and I just see like these two bros just. Dude, and I was fucking like, fuck, shit, and I'm like, I'm gonna lock up my bike. This is annoying. Am I getting old? Like, or is this just the default male from here on out? And you know, they're dressed exactly like how you'd expect from that boy. I'm like, fuck, man, that's fucking sweet, rad, bro. And it's two guys and a girl, like, Jesus,
flat shorts.
What is she? She looks
polo top.
She looks way too talented for this. I wonder which one is her boyfriend. I go and lock my bike, and then I come back. And those two bros are just locked in mouth embrace, and like, there are gay bros.
Fuck, dude. Your mouth feels so soft.
Bro, you made me so fucking hard right now. Why don't you suck that shit? Like,
good.
That is the weirdest version of progress I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, yeah, you're a gay douchebag. Yeah. That was crazy. Turn that hat back
around.
Go
to town on that ass later.
yeah.
Nice.
How dare your ass?
It was just a look. I didn't expect two guys to make out like that. Yes, but that's what happens at a San Francisco rummage sale. Anybody else do anything interesting this weekend? Because I have a fucking laundry list of shit I got in my hands, and I can show you with my own two hands. Fucking movie.
Well, I saw this movie, Don't Breathe.
Oh, how was that?
It was good.
It's winning, like, breaking box office records right now, I believe.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that like costs like, I don't know, $7 or $8 million, and it's almost at like 100.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it like. I thought it was a new release when I got invited to go see it, but yeah, it's at the Alamo, so you know, a good time, and had a little bit too much to drink there.
I have no idea what it's about.
It's about people, these group of like robbers robbing a blind
horror?
man. Yeah, it's horror.
And
I've never seen like horror movies always have usually the victims acting super stupid, but this is a movie where the perpetrator acts super stupid too, and then there's surrounding people who are also acting stupid. Everyone's acting really stupid in this movie. But it's different. Like,
I had that same
premise.
feeling with You're Next, if you saw that film.
I can't remember.
The Goldberg movie?
Nope.
But it's like a sadistic Home Alone, which is probably the best selling point I can give.
You're Next was.
Was it?
Yeah, a little bit. But I mean, yeah.
But is this
the Goldberg movie?
No!
Yeah. But this guy's a blind lead like the villain, I guess you could call him. Everyone sucks in the movie. Is blind, so it's kind of kind of a neat little twist there. Then I watched the UFC. I guess we'll probably talk more about this on Cheap Podcast, but I saw the UFC with CM Punk.
I wanted because obviously I can't. They banned GIFs now of UFC stuff on the internet. Like
yeah, I guess so.
I think I saw him tap, and that was about it. Were you disappointed, or like from immediately from the match start, he did it all go wrong?
Yeah, he didn't get a single offensive
really
move. He threw one punch, but he threw that punch while the other guy was tackling him, so I guess it doesn't really count. But it was
I was holding out hope for him. I just thought I
thought he would get something in. He didn't get anything in.
You're not a trained MMA fighter, but like you have a lifetime of like working out and like calisthenics and the kind of things that make you athletic. You've been doing, and you spent 2 years training on this. Surely you'll fare a little better. And you were pretty confident, like, no, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, I kept saying that. I just hoped that I was wrong and that he would do something, but he just didn't do anything. Like I mean, it is a thing. Like sometimes sometimes the best UFC fighters they'll get punched once in the face, 5 seconds in, and that's the end of the match for him. Like you never know, it happens. And for CM Punk, it was just like he went high, the other guy went low, and then he could never recover because he got taken down, and the other guy's way better at ground grappling. So
forgot about that, didn't you, CM Punk? Yeah. Didn't you?
That's about it. Yeah, for me this weekend, I didn't do a whole lot. I'm trying to think if there was there's extra stuff from the week before that I did.
I was trying to think of what did I do? Like one we started watching Mr. Robot.
Yeah, Mr. Robot,
which I thought just started this season. I didn't realize there was already a season of it.
Second season, I think, is concluding right now.
Yeah, and I went in knowing nothing about it, and I was like, just from the images of like a kind of blank stare dude.
I love
that
guy.
And then the logo being in the Sega font.
Yeah.
And just generally what I heard when people talking about it, and not spoiling anything because this is just my misperception of what I thought the show was. I assumed he was an android, and the show was about someone who built a robot.
Oh.
And this is like the robot gaining sentience or turning against its creator or trying to find its place in the world. Oh. So the whole episode, I'm like, when are they going to reveal he's a robot? No. When does that happen? Like, wait, he's a robot that has childhood memories? This doesn't make any sense. And then the show is like Hackers meets Fight Club. Where we're going to erase the debt, and it's like, okay, never mind. But it's good. It's still good. I was just like, I went in with this. I want to see a TV show about a robot man. That'll be great. And then it's like, not that. And well, that's fine. It's still good. We only watched 2 episodes so far.
I am really, really enjoying it. I had to rewatch the first season to catch my girlfriend up, and I liked it again. It's just, I mean, I can't think of any other other way to say this than like super cliched way, but fuck your preconceptions with that show. Like it will, it's not even very trustworthy, like what's going to happen, but it's fascinating and intriguing and really fun. And for some reason on Plex, all in standard definition. I am not complaining if Chris is listening, but because it's still a free show, and it comes with all some of the fucks reinserted. Because I do love that it's a USA show that just softens all the fucks.
How do you soften a fuck?
They just take the audio out just for that one word.
Okay,
but everybody clearly says it. They get away with it on USA Network, and would be the only USA show I have watched since Calliope or Cartoon Express,
Silk Stockings,
or the final exclusive last season of Airwolf,
Duckman, or Weird Science.
That's my last USA show.
Look at all these USA shows you know.
Yeah, they're so great.
Yeah, that was 5, and they all predate 1995.
And then I think I mentioned in addition to exercise, we did a couple yoga classes, but we did boxing yoga.
What?
Which was just way more because regular yoga, sometimes it can be strenuous, sometimes it can be relaxing, but either way, I've definitely had classes where I was like, this didn't really do much for me. And then I had other classes where, that felt really nice. I feel stretched out. I feel relaxed. That was nice. And then the boxing yoga was the first one that I've been to where you really only a few moments are you actually miming punches or stances, and the rest of it is just really strengthening your core and your limbs.
Your core.
Yes, your re-core. Only I didn't bomb. But it's just, I don't know. It was the only yoga class I've been to where I was when it was over, I am sweating as if I had worked out properly. So I don't know if anyone's listening that was looking at various yoga classes. We're like, I don't know about this one, I don't know about that one. Or if you tried yoga and it was a little too light or whatever. I don't know. I really enjoyed that one because it felt like a good compromise of like, this isn't as intense as going to actually work out, but it's the closest I felt where I'm like, I'm getting stretches of yoga and the relaxing fun finale, because most yoga ends with like a 5-minute, like literally just lay flat on your back in total silence and just sit there.
Try not to fart.
Try so hard not to fart. Because after you've done all that stretching and moving around, you're just like, why would I just lay here for 5 minutes? And you're like, this is so nice.
Is it?
When you're just like, we're turning off the lights, no one say a word, it is completely silent. And after you've just worked out or stretched yourself around, like, if it's like, I would normally, if it was in the middle of the day, like right now, if you said everyone lay here flat and we can't talk to each other, my mind would be racing, or I'd be thinking of stuff to do.
No, I told you that story of me learning to meditate for a while. It was really difficult.
It's like that, where I'm just like, after I've been so focused on stretching and breathing and all this stuff, to have like 2-3 minute ending where you're just, anyway, the boxing one, by the time you get there, I'm just like heart's pounding, sweating, like great cardio. I don't know. It was a nice little experiment that panned out. So that was a fun.
I'm
thing
getting there. I'm not going to let myself get in whatever shape I was 2 weeks ago to where a 7-hour walk can almost take me out of commission. Like, leave me alone in the woods to rot and be eaten by wolves.
I also finally bought speakers for my record player that I bought earlier this year. So I put that in, and then I hooked all that up, and then after you guys came over to watch Backlash, and then after you left, turned the lights off, and I got my Twin Peaks vinyl out.
Wow!
And just listened to that title screen theme, turned the lights off, lit a candle, and we just sat there and listened to the Twin Peaks theme in the dark.
I did think it was weird when I came by for Backlash. There was like a bunch of game accessories scattered right by your TV, and it was such a weird assortment. It was like a Saturn controller, 2 Kinects, both the 360 and Xbox One, and then a fight stick. I'm like,
fight stick.
What a weird collection. Oh, and then I looked over. Oh, okay, I see.
Elston's been busy.
Yeah, I cleaned out this. It was an entertainment center that only has like 3 shelves on it, but it was so caked in dust, like just an impossible amount. And I was like, this Saturn has sat here for 6 years, and I have yet to turn it on. So I should probably just move it somewhere else in the house. It needn't to be in the living room underneath the PS4. It's clearly not getting used that often.
And it has a top-loading tray.
It does. Yeah. Well, it fits. The shelf was enough. So I took out one of the shelves in the middle, put the record player in, put the speakers next to it, and now might hook up a Super Nintendo to those speakers. That'd be pretty cool.
Wait, oh yeah, really?
You can. It's just AVN.
Would you think of maybe getting an amplifier just to make that a little easier on yourself?
I mean,
I haven't bought one in years. I even thought about it.
It should be fine plugging directly into the speakers because they're not that.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's like instead of me having to replug everything back into the speakers, an amp where I can select something.
Yeah,
that's what if you've ever been, fortunate enough to be in the LaserTime studios, I have a 6 HDMI not splitter but mixer.
Yeah,
I can mix signals. It's great.
Before I moved to California, I had a 5.1 surround sound that I remember saving up all of 1999. Went to K's Merchandise and bought my 5.1 surround sound with a woofer and all that crap and hooked up the speakers.
Somebody gave me one.
Had a receiver and had my Dreamcast, my PS2, my N64 all going into the receiver, DVD player, and then all hooked up to that. And then when I moved to California, it's like, oh, my place that I'm going to live in, Hayward, California, is one room, and it's in a complex.
I can sleep on top of the Dreamcast.
That gets no sun.
I'll use the Xbox as a pillow.
So that stayed in Illinois, and then I don't know. I think they finally just threw it away.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because it just sat there for like 5-6 years, and it's like there are roaches living in it.
So, like, since I got my, we'll talk probably more about this on Video Game Apocalypse, my 4K television. That's right. Tyler and I had $500 together, and we bought a 4K television. It's a little smaller than the other television, but ever since then, I have no speaker out for my TV because it requires an optical cord, which I just can't ever remember to buy. So I get no gameplay through my speakers.
Yeah.
None.
And in this day and age, I don't even know what you would do because back when I last had a surround sound, everything was red, yellow, white. You could go component or S video, but like I didn't really mess with it.
HDMI now.
Yeah, so are the receivers HDMI? Okay, because
Yeah, I
I
think
was
so.
confused of like, what do you plug in?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, you get that optical out or whatever.
Yeah.
And like your TV out, like anything you have that's 5.1 in will travel through the TV and then out. So like all your video game systems should. I don't know about the old ones.
Because usually you plug everything into the receiver, and then the receiver sends everything out to the speakers.
Yes.
So the receivers now just have HDMI on
Yeah,
them?
my dad's
Huh.
my dad controls it like he can't understand it,
Right.
but he had to like pay a Geek Squad member to come set it up. But his amplifier is the thing. If you want to watch a DVD, you got to talk to the amp to change inputs on the television.
An amplifier?
Well, I forget what the word is for it, but whatever
Probably
that
a receiver, right?
receiver.
Like,
Sorry,
yeah.
receiver. I called it an amp growing up, but yeah, its receiver is like at the bottom, the thing with
Yeah.
the big volume knob
Yeah,
that goes to the
huge-
speakers.
yeah.
That's the thing you change.
Yeah.
I want to watch a Blu-ray. I want to watch his Roku.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to watch cable. That you have
Yeah.
to use the receiver because
Yeah.
everything is HDMI. It's nice to have a fucking standard for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And
I'll say
that was
yes.
one of those things like, I'm easily confused by various things like fixing a car or paperwork for your house, like just random things like that. But like when I see people get confused about like hooking up sound systems or whatever,
Yeah,
it's
like, did you ever have those blocks with the moon-shaped, star-shaped holes? It's
Yeah.
like that with a television.
it's
Just
like
do it.
It's like it can be confusing because there's a lot of wires and a lot of
color-coded.
holes, but it's like, but they would be like, well, which one? It's like. It's like these things need to send a signal out, right?
Yeah.
So something has to receive it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your out and your in. And now think, well, now it's here. Think of the signal as a little man on a rocket. Like the N64 sent the signal.
Yeah.
Now it's sitting inside the receiver. Now it needs to go to the TV. Or now it needs to go to the speakers. How do you get it there? So you just you can visualize like the signal has to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like, whereas like a car is like, what the fuck is this? Like, anyway.
I had the notion of like, maybe I do want to fix up like a $200 car at some point.
$200
So
car?
you can
Are you
Dude,
going to buy
they-
a frame?
In
or-
San Francisco, that's like the only thing that's cheap. People are dying to get rid of their vehicles.
That's probably true.
And my buddy John has bought like 3 for like less than $1,000, like barely 10-year-old cars for less than $1,000.
Who wants to deal with that?
I bought.
Zip car, everybody.
I had the spendiest month ever. Oh no, but what I wanted to say before that is to thank everybody, even you guys, for the success of our dumbass Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler, fuck it. People watch YouTube is fucking awesome. I can't channel it again. I was with Bob and Hank and JoJo the other night, and just really at peak Sandler. A couple beers in, my girlfriend has an excellent Sandler.
Yeah.
I was like, check out this clip from Mr. Deeds where they go to Wendy's for no reason. He's like, oh, what does he say? I got a big bacon classic and some chili and a frosty. I'm like, that's exactly what he says. And how he says it. Do it again. Do it again. But that was nice to see one of our. And I'd like to thank all of you guys, but we know not all of you watched it. It's just that people outside of our audience watched it, because thank you to the AV Club for putting that up. That is much appreciated. Jesus Christ! I thought it was a good bookend to the week of Ernest or the week of Sandler. Just that, and again, I can't stop pointing out the irony of like
was
Jim
kind
Varney starts at a commercial pitchman, becomes a comedian movie star, whereas Adam Sandler's a movie star comedian who becomes a commercial
So
pitchman.
like in just like watching you put that together and working on the article, like I watched all of Waterboy because like I had it running in the background while I was writing up the entries, and I realized like this. I think I'm starting to think that I put that on the same level as Billy Madison.
No.
and Happy Gilmore. It's
Well-
like pretty really.
I
Really, I don't know. I really like.
I
it.
wish I could describe to you the stages of Sandler.
November
Like,
6th, 1999.
If you're trying to watch all of these, and
98.
I didn't watch all of them. I researched them. You can like scrub through and like a media player and like he's just holding up a product for like 3 minutes. Like it wasn't that
It's
hard.
also like Waterboy is one of like his like
Least- yeah.
product.
Well,
rating. Like I kept. That's why it's like I'm gonna keep looking every once in a while. I'm like I'm sure I'm gonna see Budweiser during the party.
I bored everyone to tears with this. But I had got to do research essentially on Sandler films, and like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, they both have like one Subway, one snack pack thing. And that was distributed through Universal. The next time is Disney with, speaking of R.I.P. Alexis Arquette.
Yeah.
Alexis Arquette, I didn't
Boy
realize,
George
is
in,
George
yeah.
in Wedding Singer. The only movie we couldn't include in the Adam Sandler
Yeah.
loves food or product placement, because I mean, there might be like a beer
Yeah.
sign in the background, but he doesn't hold up anything. I think there's a
Yeah.
reference to a Rubik's Cube,
Yeah.
but it's the fucking 80s. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
And I can't imagine Rubik's is throwing around a shitload of ad money. Please tell him you love Simon.
Yeah.
It's really great.
That movie also made me realize how much I miss because she never works anymore. Fairuza Balk.
Yes,
Yeah.
but watching Waterboy and like this is totally fun.
Yeah.
And we can hate on Adam Sandler all we want, and I definitely had some Stockholm syndrome there because I'm watching Waterboy and like this is fine.
Yeah.
I'm watching Big Daddy. Big Daddy, I loved.
Yeah.
June 25th.
What? Do you remember the dates?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
then,
think it like 3 of his movies released on June
then I
25th.
was checking something with Little Nicky, and I'm like, this movie has aged poorly. It has way too many dumb in jokes, and they are like really mean in that movie.
Yeah.
Like they have a gay roommate, and they just
Yes.
make fun of the gay roommate because
Always.
he's a gay roommate. And it's like Jesus
no,
Christ.
Grown Ups is just like Rob Schneider's married to an old woman. She's like 50, and you're 42. Like, why the old and ugly jokes constantly? So when you get to Grown Ups and Jack and Jill, that shit is era fucking deemable. It is.
I am tempted to watch Jack and Jill for.
It's. I'll never do it alone.
But
I would love to watch it in a group.
Oh,
because of this one clip, which I have watched probably like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, so if I can want to give you some insights on this, like
it's the most.
I was up till 4 in the
blatant.
morning uploading this video to a dummy account because certain things like songs have copyright IDs, so I can only use a clip of this clip,
Yeah.
which I want to do. I could only use a clip from 8 Crazy Nights, but all those logos come out in Adam Sandler's being serenaded by a Panda Express and Foot Locker logo
Yeah.
and a fucking skirt from Victoria's Secret. It's beyond over the top, and Bob pointed out. You know, that's where all the Iron Giant animators went to go work on after
Oh,
Iron Giant.
man.
Yeah, they made 8 Crazy Nights.
That
Boo
sounds
hoo. But this one, but that's the thing. I rounded the corner on this. This is the end of Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
The movie's fucking terrible.
Okay.
But like, this is fucking
it's really
funny.
great. It's great if you're an Al Pacino fan because
Yes.
it just fits everything in there. But I also like I watched it so many times I realized that there is the whole basis of it is kind of flawed. If you want to play it,
Wow!
Al Pacino!
It's not Al anymore. It's Dunk.
Dunkachino?
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Dunkachino.
It's a whole new game.
Dunkachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend. Attica, ooh-ah, lottie-like. This whole
It's a really
time is
yeah, he's
Wait,
using
hold on.
every single
It's-
reference.
If you every reference is a really good reference to an Al Pacino movie. He just referenced "Son of a Woman."
Yeah.
There's
what I didn't get. Attica, who?
Yeah, that's
what's the
fucking
third
Dog
one?
Day Afternoon.
No, what's the thing after that? Attica, who? And then
whole trial is out of sight.
That's Injustice for All.
They pull me back in
And
with
then
hazelnut too.
Godfather. They pulled me back.
Caramel swirl. I know it was you.
That's Godfather 2.
Yeah.
Everyone wants my
Man.
Dunkachino. Can't get enough of my Dunkachino.
Look at
He's
he's
very
doing a good
spryly
From
for
7 to
whatever age
17,
he is.
lining up for my Dunkachino. What's my name?
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
Gigantic Dunkin' Donuts logo
So-
and huge human-sized
But
donuts.
it's still like
But-
inarguably kind of funny.
It's funny.
He
It's
comes
funny.
in and he says, "My name's not Al anymore. It's Dunk." His name would be Dunk Pacino,
Pacino.
but everyone
see.
starts calling him Dunkachino.
You're right, Dave.
Could
This
they
whole-
not? They all they had to do was
It's
add.
not funny anymore.
It's. But how come everyone just realized like they completely changed? It just.
It's also weird that like this video was one of it's. I think it's outright our most successful video in terms of like immediately off the bat. It's not even like 5 days old, and it was super successful.
Posted on his birthday.
It did.
Snack pack. Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
I love that we actually debated. Like Dave's like that should probably be #1 because Popeye's chicken is literally
saves-
part of saving the day at the end.
What the hell is Bedtime Stories? I've never even heard of this movie.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a Walt Disney joint. But I was able to like find where this all started, and it did start with Big Daddy, which has that giant scene based out of McDonald's, which again is funny and kind of fucking
Yeah.
works.
I
And
never thought it like I
it's
never
this-
thought ill of it when I watched it originally, but now I'm like, oh yeah, they just say every food name in order,
But they-
and then
But they talk about it the same way we would talk about, like, we've talked about foods on Laser Time. We used to have the Arch Deluxe, but then that was gone.
Yeah,
and then,
it's true.
and,
but like,
and that's what the scene is about. Like, I haven't been able to wake up for the McDonald's breakfast in years.
it's like that. That is. I remember seeing that movie, but I don't remember anything about it. But that scene's fine in that it's defensible. Whereas, like, yeah, that's a normal human interaction.
Yes.
Where like a kid, an adult would talk to a kid and be like, "Oh man, when I was a kid, we didn't have breakfast." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And you would, and for whatever reason, we do call McDonald's sandwiches by the names because they all have goofy, unique names. You can't even say like, "Oh, I want the nuggets."
I think
like
it's hard to
chicken
say anything
McNugget.
but McNuggets whenever I'm
McNuggets,
asking for chicken nuggets, which I never am.
Sausage egg McMuffin with cheese. Like these are things that you would say.
My
So,
dad, almost like every weekend morning, would cook me a Dad McMuffin. A Dad McMuffin.
was it full of love?
In hindsight, yes.
But
but Adams, it reached like heights. I guess our content hasn't really done before. Like we've never been. Nothing makes me madder in the universe that Mike Grimm has been called out specifically on the AV Club because he was on Retronauts like once for a fucking Earthbound episode. Expert Mike Grimm, like I'll fucking kill Mike Grimm. God damn it! But we weren't written up specifically. It said, what do they call us? Famous YouTubers laser time. That's how they refer to us. And like,
boy, they need to check.
how much-
They need to check.
I have done that when writing up other people's YouTube
They need
videos.
to
I'm not
check
going to
their-
check your fucking website.
They need to check their sources on that famous YouTuber.
And how did I know this YouTube video was bigger than all of our others? How do you know?
Thumbs down.
Racism.
really?
There, if you look at the comments that haven't been approved, like it's like, Jesus, how many like?
Hate all these
What does this have
Dunkachinos
to
trying
do
to
with-
enter our country.
Well, somebody's like, just some people were just like,
How do you?
it's just really, yeah, I thought this was a lot. Typical Jews. I'm like, well, that's not getting approved. Like, is this what happens when you get your
I can't understand wearing that shit on your sleeve like that. It's
your
like
face
it's
and
like
name
this,
is next
and this
to the
whole
comment.
the whole fucking election is like, what? How are you going to define yourself when this election's over? Because all you've tweeted about today is Clinton. That's it. That's all you've talked about. What are you going to talk about in December? Do you have any other defining traits other than wham? Fuck.
And fucking
God.
just what is the threshold of like if your video goes over 30,000 views?
You've attracted some people who have to be angry.
Why why does that invite the N word?
I don't
like.
know.
How does that happen? How does that happen?
That's why I don't like just
what's
the
the number?
swath of people who are ready. Like, I haven't called anyone a slur today.
And I should say I wanted to put an APB on that. I'm not
It's
sure.
11:02 a.m. Oh well, thank God there's an Adam Sandler video. I'm pissed as hell. Typical Jew.
It is a bummer that like because at the end of this. I did get a bit of Stockholm syndrome, but I did also like remember what I loved about Sandler, and like I'd never seen Don't Mess with the Zohan, and it's stupid, but it's silly in all the right ways, and like it's really fun, and it's lavishly shot. It's everything a comedy movie should be.
I kept thinking Zoolander and Zohan should make a movie together.
Zoolander was dude. Zoolander 2 is really one of the worst things I've
Yeah.
ever seen. Somehow, I don't know how that happened.
I wouldn't watch it. I just thought it would make sense.
That's how I saw the Vivitch. Like, it was literally a last minute. Like, we got to go see something. Zoolander 2's playing. I watched that with a friend for like 15 minutes, and we're like, we got to leave. This is terrible. Like, so like that may have been the first movie I ever left. And then I was like, oh, The Witch is starting. Let's go see that. And
The Vivitch,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
and I knew nothing about it ahead of time, so
Is that,
it made it even
was
better.
that movie this year? Can I call that
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies of the
Yeah,
year?
It was
oh, thank
March,
God.
February, March. something
Thank
like that.
God.
So we have to do.
Wait, hold on.
Question of the Week.
I wanted to do one more. Wait, which movie?
No, question of the week.
Oh, wait,
Oh, but
let
I did watch. We didn't talk. I didn't talk about it a whole lot last week, but Hunt for the Wilder People saw
Yeah,
last
fucking
week, which
great.
I really liked. Then afterwards, I went to this Thai restaurant where the seats are recessed, and I thought that'd be great for my back, but it was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Kan Tok. I don't know if you've ever been to it. It's like like you sit basically on the ground, but then there's like
I toked later.
yeah, you can toke and then you can eat. But you have to take off your shoes when you get there too, which is weird.
Ew.
But it's like it's recessed seating, so it's like you're sitting on the ground,
Yeah.
but then your feet go like 2 feet into the ground.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn cat
jeez.
cafe. We have a cat cafe.
Yeah, Kitty.
Yeah,
It's a nice place.
Kitty. Let's see if I still have the
that
top posts in there. I just wanted to talk about spending money,
Mm-hmm.
but thank you for watching our Sandler video. And like, I don't hate Adam Sandler, and I wasn't really. That's in his defense. That's all the food plugs I could find through every one of his movies
But you didn't
for
include any of
20
that.
years, and that's almost 4 minutes. So it's not.
Well,
that, it's
you
not
also
that
didn't
much.
include any like.
I didn't include the U.S. Army or Sony
Yeah.
Ericsson. That's in another article. Check
Sony
it out.
Ericsson. Jesus.
Sony Ericsson phone.
Well,
What a
that-
great name for a
that's
phone, huh?
just Sony themselves. They suck at that. Like,
Yeah, they did it all throughout Ghostbusters too.
yeah, like
Nobody
and-
can have an iPhone.
Yeah, they have to video everything with a Sony camera, and also they eat fucking Papa John's in New York City, which is the worst thing about that movie.
But
and then Peter Parker fucking uses a Sony Vaio
Yep.
or whatever. No, I hate that.
And Sony sold the Sony television in Times Square to Samsung for the Spider-Man movies.
What?
I could have it incorrect. Maybe Samsung just bought out that product. But my whole life, Times Square has been that big Sony television in the middle. I got as spendy as I've ever gotten. Ever for this weekend. I went out
With
to
your Patreon money?
Yeah, I usually don't like to spend because that's the thing about I don't spend fucking anything anymore. I try and get every goddamn game for free. I've been primarily playing 2013's Tomb Raider and Persona 4 Golden, games I bought like 2 years ago and just never got around to playing. I don't buy shit. What was my biggest expense of August? My biggest expense of August was rebuying TalkingSimpsons.com, which didn't auto-renew, and as it turns out, we gave it value, and I had to rebuy it again for, like, almost $200.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You did sponsor a trip to go see Planet of the Apes.
That was the most money I spent. I shouldn't even bring that up.
That was great.
It's the most money I've spent on a single movie, but I'd like to say I got paid back, but I don't think I asked for any money. I was just happy enough. It was like my birthday. I was just glad people were there.
It was fun.
No, what I did buy, I bought a bunch of stuff, and I just wanted to rattle off real quick. One, Brenda's on Divisadero. Have you ever been there for brunch? They're fucking. I don't think so. They're fucking I love Eggs Benedict. They have a Creole one with pulled pork. It was the most delicious thing I've ever got. I said it on, I think, on last week's Video Game Apocalypse. I've been waiting desperately to get Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4 or Xbone or PC, but it's never been discounted. And Grand Theft Auto is the most expensive game for me personally because I bought GTA 4 in that television. I bought GTA 5 in that Xbox because my Xbox disc tray wouldn't close and GTA 5 was coming out. I'm like, I gotta fucking play this and I have to buy a new Xbox. Anyway, why not 2 months before the one comes out?
No.
But I found it. It's at Best Buy. Take my advice. It's at Best Buy for $29.99, $23.99 if you have Gamer. It's again, you can vouch that it's never been discounted. It's always been like $49 at the least. And I finally got to play that again. It looks gorgeous. I'm sure I don't need to tell most people because they played it there already. I would thoroughly recommend replaying that on PS4 and Xbone. Also spendy-ish. What else did I get? We went to that rummage sale. I was so happy. I got another one of those Dark Horse Tales from the Crypt collections. They're usually $50. I found it for $7. I got a Donald Duck figure. I saw the Comic-Con exclusive from a few years ago, X-Men Sentinel, that's like that big for $50, and like I can't carry that on my bike, but I really want. He's like, oh no, actually I have the carrying case and it has a handle. I'm like, chewing on my fingernails, like I really want this, and thank God the lady was there. Like, should I get that? I'll kick you in the dick. Do not get that. In fact, you know what she said? This is how good my girl is. Imagine how many other action figures you could put around in the space that that one Sentinel takes up. That 2 foot Sentinel. Like, yeah, right. Real estate.
I don't. Why would you?
What?
Doesn't matter.
Something about the Sentinel and the purple is like symbolic of the time I cared about X-Men the most.
Yeah.
And like, I don't think we'll ever see that again. Like those color schemes.
Probably
and
not.
That merchandise because of whatever their deal is with Fox. So I don't know. Got me. I was even going to call you like, Elson, you should get down here and buy it. This has to go to somebody. It's in mint condition. And it's getting rained on.
We really should get into the question of the week.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We got to watch a movie in 15 minutes.
Do we really? Oh, yeah. Hold on. So I also bought this because I'd never seen one, but I think you can agree for $1. This mint condition in television game. It's
is that Kolchak the Night Stalker?
It's not. I thought it would be the same one. It is not.
Just a game called Night Stalker.
But it's got everything. Nice. If you've never like opened an Intellivision game,
that's pretty cool.
It's like you should be able to sell that for like a lot on eBay.
That art is great,
considering that condition.
Yeah. So I got that and the most expensive DVD I've ever purchased.
Right back in the box.
I'm showing them these to you guys. $49 for this DVD, standard definition. MXC Volume 3, and like I brought it up to the counter and like, I've been saving up to buy that for months. I looked on Amazon; they're all out of print. They go for like $200, and I love the show so much. You know what the deal is? It's the rights to a Japanese show plus the rights to a Spike TV show. We'll never see this again.
It's going to Takeshi's Castle.
It's Takeshi's. It's Beat Takeshi. I didn't know that.
Oh, is it?
Yes, that's who Takeshi is.
Wow,
it's his castle. This is like the first thing he did, like coming off of being a comedian in Japan. It comes with the original episode, and I just wanted to say I never knew that I watched the Japanese version, which of course is like a licensing nightmare because they use like they use like Mappy Land and Terminator music. Like it's insane.
Every variety show over there is just like, here's every John Williams song.
Yeah,
like,
so
you don't have permission.
The
for
sound
this.
will just drop out of the show because like they couldn't afford to put it on the DVD. But the conceit was that like like we knew it as Vic Romano and Kenny Blankenship. It's his castle, and 100 people are sieging his castle. And that's the travails they're going through, and they're weeded down, and like because it's so edited for us. Like the final people are the ones you see who get to that big conveyor belt contraption. The people who are good enough to get there, and these are all moat-like things he has to keep people from invading his castle. That had only existed for 3 years. Really neat. But the coolest thing I got that I have sound clips from Bugs Bunny in Storyland, a 1949 album featuring Mel Blanc as all the voices. But oh man, everybody's like, we gotta go, and like this, I'm keeping you guys on the hook for this. I just wanted to play a stupid quick clip from it. Imagine me, I'm 36 years old listening to a Bugs Bunny record.
Well, I shook him off by zigzagging up this path in the woods, but now I'm lost. I've never been here before. There's a sign on a gate up ahead there.
Storyland. But I was transfixed on it. I've seen every Bugs Bunny thing imaginable, and there's like outside of a few commercials, I've never heard these albums. And this has made it a point where they're pretty much not making Looney Tunes anymore, but Mel Blanc. It's not like those 70s cartoons or the Daffy Duck's Quackbusters where everybody sounds like they're dying because Mel Blanc is on the verge of death. Everyone sounds great, including June Foray, voice of Rocky the Squirrel, Magic of the Spell.
Chris, hey little girl, what's the matter? Why all the teardrops?
I'm Little Bo Peep, and I've lost my sheep and don't know where to find them.
That woman,
I've already heard the story.
That woman is still alive. Wow, she's still alive right now. Yeah, she's outlived everybody. She's I think coming up on 100, not unlike Alan Young. But what this is, God, I wanted more time to talk about this, and you guys look bored as shit. But someone out there is going to care.
Bored. I know the time crunch.
Someone out there is going to care. I swear to Christ. It's because like these cartoons were meant for everybody / adults. But this is when we talk about the sanitization of cartoons, the PC police coming for Bugs Bunny for being too violent. That has happened back as far as 1949. This is a kid's product, as authentic as hell, but totally kid. And this is my biggest emphasis on that. Because not only does Bugs Bunny sing songs on the other side of the album, outside of the 15-minute story, this is the biggest conceit of like, this is strictly for kids, that it has to undo certain canon involving Looney Tunes. Elmer Fudd shows up.
As a vegetable, they're so good to munch.
This is all
I'd
great.
rather have a carrot than a zebra or a parrot, 'cause a carrot is me very favorite lunch.
Ooh, the nerve of that wasco. I was furious. I grabbed my rifle and loaded it. Of course, I only put gumdrops in it, so I wouldn't really hurt him.
Just
weird.
I don't like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Change. I don't like that change for Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, but it's like somebody handing them a note like, this is for kids. You can't. Bugs Bunny can't be shot in 1949.
I'll shoot him with candy. He'll hate that.
Then the gun will backfire and blow my face off.
And of course, it's got the song "Glad That I'm Bugs Bunny." Or unless you have a better closer, we'll just close out with this.
Yeah. So hold on, because we
right.
Let's go through the question of the week real quick. And this was a doozy. We had 59 responses.
Holy shit!
Which was where were you on 9/11 and what media did you use to consume?
Hard pivot.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if you didn't feel like answering what you were doing on 9/11, I also added you can add what media you use to get over it or cope. Link to the President said, before I start, I want to say it's great to finally be a patron. I've been listening to all the shows for 3 years, and I finally went from being a poor college student to a slightly less poor college student.
Thank you.
I was only 5 when it happened, so I don't remember anything, but I'm from Long Island, about 45 minutes from the city, LI Pride.
Oh!
And my dad was an EMS in Queens. He luckily had the day off. His best friend was a firefighter in the city and was in the buildings rescuing people that day. He managed to get out, but he has real bad PTSD from that day. Sparky Babam says, I was working part-time as a gate usher in Denver, Colorado. In 2001, the Broncos opened their new football stadium and held their first home game against the New York Giants on September 10th. Everything went as perfect as can be. The Broncos won, and stadium operations couldn't have gone better. After September 11th, the NFL instituted the now standard league-wide system security screening policies with body pat-downs, bag screening, and hardcore security checks in special entrances. The next home game was pretty tense as 76,000 plus people had to be screened akin to a TSA bag check, and every person tasked with security was on edge. Thankfully, that game went as smooth as could be, and everyone let out a sigh of relief. Caleb says, I was in school running outside laps for a physical fitness test. Our school is right next to the Detroit airport, so we noticed a number of planes flying in after the call for all flights to remain grounded. We went inside and our teacher explained what happened and then turned on the TV for the rest of the day.
Wow.
A year earlier, a lot of our class had been frightened by the bombing of the USS Cole, and our history teacher believed it would lead to another Gulf War. I can't remember.
Yeah,
so our class wasn't as overwhelmed as most kids at the age of 11. Parents were taking their children out of school throughout the day, and I didn't really understand how severe it was until I got home and saw a live video of it, and that's when it really set in. On a happier note, I felt such a release and got weepy-eyed with my family during the Super Bowl halftime show where U2 played Where the Streets Have No Name. It's when I first really started feeling like things were going to get a little bit better. It may seem hokey now, but in the moment, it was an unforgettable, emotional moment.
There's something about people like U2 and Bruce Springsteen that bring you back to, oh yeah, things are...
Steven Shanghai 6 Meshuga says, I was at Fort Polk training up to deploy to Kosovo to become the U.S. Army's liaison to the Russian military. I remember waking up that morning with everyone huddling around radios, listening to what we all thought was part of a training exercise. Boy, they really went all out to make this feel legitimate. I think that's really Tom Brokaw telling us about 2 planes hitting the World Trade Center. Wow. A few hours later, they ended the exercise told us what was going on. Within a day or two, my parent division was on alert to prepare to go to Afghanistan while I was stuck in my current deployment to babysit drunk Russian officers in Kosovo. I remember wanting to drop my commission and enlist just to be a part of what I perceived to be the first wave of a huge fight with the Middle Eastern global war on terror. Stackup.org, by the way.
Yeah, stackup.org. Thank you, Steve.
Connor Wade says, funnily enough, my parents' wedding anniversary also occurs on 9/11, but they don't seem bothered by it. My mom always says that they had that day 8 years prior and no tragedy, natural or man-made, is going to ruin it. I found that to be oddly sweet. At times I do go back and watch footage from that awful day on YouTube just truly to see the impact that it made, because I'm not a sadist, but I couldn't imagine what seeing it unfold for the first time would be like. Truly a dark day for America and the world.
Black day for baseball as well.
David Parkinson says, we buried my grandpa on 9/11, so it's sort of being kicked in the dick by both your family tree and another country at the same time. Alex Trump says, during that fall, I played 2 games that are likely consistent with everyone else, GTA 3 and Metal Gear Solid 2. I posit GTA was America's true catharsis during that autumn, and Metal Gear Solid 2 was broadly rejected for being too cerebral in a time when we wanted picket fence certainty. I remember my brother and I played Metal Gear Solid 2's entire plan chapter in one sitting after he got home the following February. Didn't make much sense at the time, but even in those initial months following 9/11, Metal Gear Solid 2 cemented my skeptical worldview of things being truly fucked, perhaps beyond repair.
Aww.
But Smelston says,
I was in first grade doing some classwork when our teacher got a call on her cell phone and ignored it twice before picking up. She finally answered and let out a gasp when she heard whatever she was told, and frantically put one of the other kids in charge and ran out the door to the front office. We have no idea what was going on until we got home that day. I didn't really understand what was going on, and more concerned when my dad told me they might delay the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie because the editing around the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Emmanuel Colvin says, I was in U.S. history when another teacher stuck his head into the class and let everyone know planes had hit the World Trade Center. I remember for the rest of the school day, most of the student body looking at the old TVs that were on the walls of every room. Having played both Siphon Filters recently at the time, my stupid teenage brain was imagining the worst for the next few months.
And Trevor Cuba... Wait, does he have a video response?
I saw it, so I could imitate it.
Okay. Since I was in the Navy Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps, the NJROTC, I spent the next few days wondering if I was on some kind of recall list for actual military service and was about to be sent to war. I wasn't, of course, but it did still change my life. By the time I graduated, Flint's already depressed economy was even worse, making it impossible to find a job. I ended up joining the Navy just as Americans' lust for revenge was replaced by with bewilderment as to why we were in Iraq instead of Afghanistan. 3 of my friends joined the Army, my brother joined the National Guard, and another tried to join the Marines but cracked upon the stress in boot camp. The poor of the generation in a now unpopular war with one question on our minds.
What are we fighting for?
What are we fighting for?
And Smus said, my 9/11 memory is that I was supposed to fly home on 9/12 from Korea, and when I was watching the news, I thought, fuck, I don't know if I'm going to make it to my sister's wedding. I managed to fly home on the 13th. The wedding was on the 14th, so I was incredibly jet-lagged during it. And I transferred through O'Hare in Chicago to Toronto. When I got to the airport, I had collected my bag, and someone actually met me when I got off the plane and took my bag for me. They did this for every person transferring. I didn't fight it because of what had happened, and it was then I realized pretty much that the only people in the airport were me and the other people transferring from my flight and the airport staff. It was a literal ghost town. It's the emptiest I've ever seen in an airport, and I often think about it when I'm in busy airports thinking, I wish these damn people would get out of my way.
Nathan X Explosion says, I was at Circuit City buying POD's new album Satellite that released that
day. A couple
day.
people mentioned like buying a CD that came out that day.
Oh, was it a Tuesday?
Advance Wars came out that day.
Advance Wars came out that day.
I just remember, like, I don't know if I still have the receipt around, but like I used a CD of Melancholy in the Infinite Sadness. So I was playing that. I was like, I'm listening to all this shit on the radio, and I'm like, this is making me sad. Let me put in the CD that I just got. This is making me sadder. Damn it.
9/11 is perfect.
He should run TNA instead of writing these sad songs.
But
or Nature's Onions.
Chris, you mentioning your haul from that rummage sale,
yeah.
And I randomly
this is all like. The most expensive thing was Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Yeah.
But it's all under $100. I got a billion things that I loved.
But I randomly, and I feel a little bit skeevy for this, but like I saw a DVD set of Freaks and Geeks on the side of the road the other day, and I actually took it because I lent my Freaks and Geeks DVD set to a friend, and they gave it back to me with one of the discs missing, which is like, why not just not give this back to me? Because now it's on me to find a way to get that other disc, and luckily something happened that I found an entire set outside. So
you're gonna want that new Blu-ray set anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot they have it. Damn it! So
I saw at Amoeba.
No wonder that was on the side of the road.
Amoeba, where they got that Bugs Bunny album, they have all my Disney collector's tins, and you see the little bands on them that I always keep. I let Michael Raparez and Diana borrow them. Never got the bands back, and they labeled distinctly there, they're an extra $40 with those bands. The way I see it, Diana and Michael Raparez owe me $60, and the way they see it, they work a lot for free on these podcasts. So thank you very much for your patronage.
So the question of the week this week is, what's your best garage sale or free item find, like Craigslist or just randomly on the side of the road? Like one day I went jogging, I found a movie poster for Labyrinth.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And I mean, it was like 6 a.m., so I don't think like somebody was just leaving it out there for a minute.
Brett got me something amazing from a garage sale.
Yeah.
And it's like, of all the things the lady tossed out of the room, the living room, is that what you got me is still there, and I can't even throw away the box because it looks so cool.
Yeah, we were walking down the street, and there was just a old ass Mickey Mouse phone that's like
in the
box, and I just hemmed and hawed. I'm like, I don't want to carry this all day, but this is too perfect. And carry it, and it's like an older style Mickey. It's not like 80s.
No, I think it's from the 70s.
Yeah, it looks a little older than that.
But if you Google Mickey Mouse phone, it's what comes up, because I think that was one of the more popular items.
And then I also found, just a few years ago, found a Model 2 Sega CD.
Whoa!
Just sitting in the dirt outside where we parked our car. It was with no wires, and I didn't check to see if it worked, but it had the Genesis 2, the Sega CD 2 attached to it. And when I quit Capcom, I was like, this is as good a time as any just to leave this here. Because I already have a Sega CD, so I was just like, hey, I wonder if this works.
It's one of my favorite Instagrams. I found that Sony Move, that rifle.
Gun.
And it was hanging on fence posts in amongst a hobo village. And I just wrote somewhere some homeless man is playing Killzone incorrectly.
All right, that'll do it for this episode. Leave your answer to this question of the week underneath the Patreon post for this episode. We're gonna end this episode with some dumb Bugs Bunny song.
Fuck you.
Some Donald Duck song. Who cares?
Bye.
But I'm glad to be the way I am. Who cares if I look funny? No matter what the others have, I'm glad that I'm Bugs Bunny.